Alright, so we have a request from Chicken, and Chicken said he wanted me to check out SCP-096 versus SCP-106. The Shy Guy against the Old Man, featuring Dr. Whittier, I'm an idiot, and Dr. Cimarron. Okay, so this is by SCP Illustrated. I cannot wait to see this. I've seen these versus things before, but I have not. I don't think I've watched one of them yet, except for I think I watched 049 versus the Shy Guy, which was a very, very sad video, and it was excellently done, and all I could do was just, like, I was in awe of that. Before I get into this, I recently started up a partnership with trytreats.com. I'm going to be putting a video I did with them down below, and if you are interested in what they have to offer, just try the affiliate code down below and use my promo code for 15% off your first order. All that being said, I'm not going to do much else for that. Let's just get into it. Okay, here we go.
Good day everyone and welcome back to SCP Illustrated, entry log 86. It's been a while, but here I am at last with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at an encounter between SCP-096 and SCP-106. Now this is not an official cross-testing experiment. This encounter was written by myself and Dr. Cimarron for the purposes of this video.
Nice.
And with that in mind, this SCP-096 test and all future 096 test videos should be considered as SCP tales rather than official SCP documents.
Okay.
Now, this is an SCP battle, and this video does contain extremely strong violence, blood, gore, flaying, and scenes of torture.
Lovely.
Without further ado, let's begin. The following data release has been authorized by the following council members and administration staff. Site: full site containment breach. Junior researcher Dr. Whittier. Recovery and recontainment note SCP-096.
Alright, here we go.
SCP-096 has been successfully returned to its containment cell. A trolley system was required to return SCP-096 to its containment cell as it assumed the fetal position and refused to stand up. In the same corridor that SCP-096 was located, evidence of SCP-106's corrosive properties were discovered on the floors and walls. It is noteworthy that SCP-096 showed significantly elevated levels of stress when bypassing surfaces affected by SCP-106's corrosive properties.
The old man looked at the fallen researcher with a smirk. The meal crawled away from him slowly, whimpering as it did so. It stopped for just a moment to look at the old man, and the smirk turned into a wide grin that nearly reached back to his ears. This would be delicious. Then the door ahead of them opened. A pale, gangly figure plodded forward with unnaturally long arms raised to its face. The sound of crying was faintly audible above the whimpering of the researcher between them. The crying thing lifted its head and met the old man's gaze, and everything changed. The crying got louder and then became screaming. The old man let the emotions wash over him. Shame, pain, sadness, finally rage. The figure dropped its hands and then its jaw opened wide, then wider still. The old man caught the slight crackle of bone as the jaw distended and reached halfway down this creature's chest. The thing's eyes were little more than slits now.
No.
Tears streamed down its face and a scream echoed off the walls. It sprinted straight at him. The old man smirked and gave a slight chuckle before lifting his arms, as if about to embrace an old friend. The thing slammed into him with an impossible force. The old man felt the arms grab at him as it lifted him off his feet from the impact. The old man hit the floor and then sank into it. The creature loosened its grip as it sank into the floor as well. It tried to scramble away, but the old man plunged his hand into the creature's abdomen.
Oh.
Organs and muscle liquefied as he fished around for the creature's spine.
Oh.
Then the old man gripped it and pulled the creature down into the darkness. The old man smiled as he watched the figure hit the stone floor of his dimension. It looked around confused and angry before returning to its docile form. The old man removed the floor beneath it and watched it clutching frantically at the darkness. It fell onto jagged rocks that sliced into its skin, then he crushed it between two walls before letting it come to a rest. It was on its knees, panting and bleeding, but alive. This thing was unusually resilient, but it was afraid, it was lost, it was ashamed. There was only one thing to do about that. The old man willed away the labyrinth and dropped the figure into a new hell.
Oh.
Razor wire stretched across the field and away to the horizon in both directions. Artillery flashed in the distance, and then again as the shots landed nearby in and around the trenches. Planes strafed those trenches with machine gun fire. The rain and hail beat the earth, flooding everything. There were bodies piled high along the trenches, some living and screaming for relief, for their mothers, for mercy. Fires burned and lightning snaked across the sky.
Ugh.
The creature hit the earth with a wet thud. It tried to stand and the rain caused the mud to slide off its form. The ground was rocked by an explosion and it was thrown into a trench, landing with a splash in a mix of filth and blood. It staggered to its feet and began moving through the trench, crying as the rain scoured its skin. The old man willed the razor wire to wrap around the figure and pulled it taut. He watched in glee as the blood flowed freely, adding to the river of filthy water that was flowing in the trench. However, he heard no cries of pain. He waved a hand and the razor wire began whipping the figure on the back, tearing off layer after layer until the lengths of ripped flesh hung down to its knees, exposing the bone beneath. Still, no cries of pain. He released the creature, which dropped to its knees and began crying again. This was not enough. Another bomb impacted behind it and threw it off its feet. The hard rain stopped for a moment as dozens of artillery shells exploded all at once around them. The creature's skin bubbled away and its blood boiled. It was still not enough. He dropped earth on it. He buried it under blood and bones and metal. The old man could see it pulling its way through the mud. Ghostly soldiers with no faces began appearing as the figure pulled itself free. They jeered and tormented the creature. They struck it with their rifles and plunged their bayonets deep into its body. The old man watched on as the charred flesh began to fall away, revealing fresh skin beneath.
Oh, man.
The soldiers dragged the creature up the walls of the trench and strapped it with razor wire to a length of wood. They flayed the skin from its legs, slowly making their way up, whistling the song "It's a Long Way to Tipperary." Each piece of flesh was tossed back into the trench, where it slowly succumbed to rot and maggots. The old man's eyes rolled back, and he raised a hand to the sky. Just then, a colossal bird made of feathers and bones and metal descended from the clouds and moved across the sky. A massive eye opened on the bird's stomach, looking down at the battlefield. Torrents of blood began to flow out of the trapped creature's mouth towards the eye, choking off the moans and cries. As time passed, more blood flowed out of its wounds, its eyes and its fingernails. Lightning illuminated the makeshift altar, and the dark black and red fluid drifted lazily into the sky. The figure fell limp as the bird thing finally finished its passage. The old man approached the figure. It was barely breathing. The thing's taut, rotten flesh fell off it like wet paper. In a second, the old man was rising up through the floor of the Foundation facility once more, dragging the lifeless corpse of the creature with him.
Oh my god.
The old man dumped it on the floor and looked down. It was slowly starting to grow new flesh. New blood spilled from what veins had begun to heal. The thing had curled up in the fetal position, crying to itself. He kneeled in front of it, but the figure refused to look at him. The old man grinned widely once more, and left it to its weeping.
Oh my god.
And that concludes the encounter between SCP-106 and SCP-096. You know, sometimes people give 096, 173 and 682 too much credit, I think. They may be immortal and all-powerful and all that jazz, but 106 has the power to create his own dimension, and he controls what goes on in there. Poor Shy Guy had no chance of standing against a god in his own universe. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Be sure to like and subscribe if you did. Huge thanks to Dr. Sumerian for writing this alongside me. I definitely could not have done it without his help. Please go check out his channel for loads of amazing SCP content that covers many things besides SCP stories and tales. Next time I will be doing a quick video on the K-class scenarios while I get in some more practice with the new drawing monitor.
Outstanding.
I will get that up and ready for you sometime next week, most likely.
Okay, so it goes without saying I'm putting everything for SCP Illustrated in the description down below. Go check it out. I know he has merch, and I know he has all the other kind of stuff. I have that as well. I'm going to be putting all my links down there as well. This scenario in and of itself, I actually feel bad for the Shy Guy. I really, really do. Apparently it was tormented, and like, it's just bad. I feel so bad for it. And it's such a sad SCP, even though as threatening as it is, to me it's extremely sad. And like, it just needs some 999 time, and it might get better. But it is a sad SCP, and even though it's so extremely dangerous, and the old man is just an like 106 is just an absolute jerk, and it's a prick, and there ain't nothing else to say about it. It's an absolute nightmare of a creature, and this was an excellent story, even though it tugged at my heartstrings for this one, because I really do like the Shy Guy. I think that it is one of the better SCPs that I've seen so far in terms of like a monster style SCP. This was excellent, flat out. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to SCP Illustrated, go ahead and do it, because he puts out some excellent stuff. Between him and the Vulcan, I can't really decide which of the two I would rank as my number one. Most definitely, like, the Vulcan and him put out things both in a way that I enjoy. I like the faction, like, leaving it there. I just like it. Like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. As I said, I have a promotion now. And that is actually kind of cool. I didn't think I'd ever do one of those. And I'm over 9,000 subscribers. Just, I don't know what to say about that. In any case, my links are going to be in the description down below, including the Discord, so you guys can come in and yell at me. And Patreon, PayPal, all the other kind of stuff. Plus, merchandise made by Valk. And I'm very happy to have it. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to go. My brain is melting down trying to come up with a new way to do my outros and intros and every other tro I do. I just finished another 5-ish minute lore. It should be up soon. It was based off something that I said would happen if something was proven right to me in a live stream. But the script for that is done. The video itself is almost fully complete. I'm just waiting on one more thing that I should have before the end of the night, and I'll be putting that out there. So, all that being said, I'll catch you guys next time.